Hey, what's up, people? Michael here. If you want to partner your YouTube channel up, check out the link in the description.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
And one of the epic nights in the NBA, we welcome you to the All-Star Game on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll see the East All-Stars playing against the West All-Stars. You have to love the collection of talent that'll be on the floor this evening. The best of the best going head-to-head. The East and West both will have a ton of ways to try to gain an advantage here tonight. And a few moments before tip-off, let's talk tactics on offense. Kenny, what kind of plays did you like running? How do you think you functioned best?
For me, when the game went up and down. Game's going up and down, then guys would lose you in transition. All of a sudden, you can hit them with a three ball. You might get a dunk. You slice to the rim. But in the half court, a lot of times in the half court, guys know where you are. And it's difficult at times to get loose and get easy opportunities.
You know, I always like the ball to go through me on the block. I could score in transition, too, especially earlier in my career. And then I fell in love with lasagna. We had to slow it down a little bit. But other than that, big dog don't eat. The yard will not get watched.
Wow.
Ball got to come through me.
The big dog is not
get fed. The yard won't get watched.
Okay.
Come on in.
Kevin, I'm sorry, I was distracted.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. And it's time for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. You'll see the West All-Stars and the East All-Stars. And so here are the West All-Stars. Now a look at the West All-Stars starting lineup. Curry is out there with Russell Westbrook. And there's Bryant. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Durant in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. They set the second chance effort, and the rejection by James. Lowry passes to Anthony. He gets it in there. Anthony's got the opening field goal of the game for the East All-Stars.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
Took him no time at all on that one.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
And that's got to be part of the game plan. Use his range to really stretch out that D.
Now here's Lowry. Feeds to Wade. George with the ball. Guarded now by Durant. George, no good.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
A lot of times in the first quarter, it'll dictate how big a role a player has later on.
Especially for a guy like him. I mean, he's not quite sure of himself. He's not a go-to guy on a regular basis, but it does help him when he finds his stride early in a ball game.
Now here's Bryant. After Dwayne Wade's miss, Durant, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Wade against Westbrook, puts it up from 12. And it's Wade again missing. West All-Stars off to a quick start here. 4-point game. Leonard dishes to Curry. Out to the right wing. Here's Westbrook. Carmelo Anthony comes up with the rebound. The West All-Stars on D. Outside Lowry. Pass to James. Down low. Durant with the steal. Count that bucket. Durant's got his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
Yeah, early on we're seeing a lot of grit and determination. Grit and grind, we call it, what we're seeing out of him early on. Sometimes folks forget about his decent mid-range jumper. He can knock those down all game given a chance.
Now here's Westbrook. Outside Curry. Lets it go from the wing. Drained for 2 points. Curry's got 5.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
And right off the bat, Greg, it looks like that A game is exactly what he brought.
George against Bryant. There's the feed to Curry. Outside Westbrook. Good, and Curry gets the assist. He has 6.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
And the points are starting to add up in a hurry, especially when you're giving up those looks from deep.
Now, here's Lowry. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Outside Leonard. Pass to Westbrook. Back to Leonard. Kicks it to Curry. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the West All-Stars?
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
New players in now for the East. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Kobe. Green comes in for Leonard. Thompson, he's checked in for Russell Westbrook. And Paul subbed in for Steph Curry. And so he makes both from the line. And here's DeRozan. And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here. Marcus Aldridge, he's checked in for the West. And they get it. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Thompson outside. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
All-Stars shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And he makes the first. And so Thompson nails both of them. The East All-Stars on offense. They trail by 11. Thomas kicks to Drummond. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
Thomas kicks to Drummond. Off the screen.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. Not one second chance bucket for the opposition. They're boxing out on every shot.
Paul passes to Green. Just 5 on the clock. The shot that time not on target. So the East All-Stars will take it the other way. DeRozan with it. Picked up by Thompson. They set the screen. Outside Thomas. Outside Butler. No good on the triple. 46 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Cousins with it. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And there's Green on the assist by Paul.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
Now here's DeRozan. Here's Thomas. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Paul Millsap's checked in for Chris Bosh. The West also making some changes. Anthony Davis comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Harden in for Thompson. Free throw good from Isaiah Thomas. Here's West now. They're on a 19-7 run. Now Paul. Davis sets a screen. Paul dishes to Harden. Lets it go from deep. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Harden's got himself on the board with 3 there. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. West All-Stars out in front. They lead by 13. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. Looking here, guys, at what we've seen so far from the West All-Stars, what do you think?
It's just been a long-range battle for them, and one that they're winning right now.
Yeah, sharp shooting from deep, a big part of why they're up.
Here's Wall. Jimmy Butler is out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Wall, and it's DeRozan in at the 2. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars. Now here's Wall, trailing by 13. Back to DeRozan. Millsap a screen, just 5 to shoot. Off the pick, and it's DeRozan missing.
Good sets, good offensive sets are built on solid screens, and that was an example of how you don't want to set a pick.
Cousins against Drummond. No good from Cousins.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Now here's Butler. Right side Wall. Drummond with a screen on Green. Butler from outside. Here's Drummond. Yes, that goes in.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
The East All-Stars have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. Here's what the East is going with right now. Paul George comes in for Jimmy Butler, and Dwayne Wade subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. Leonard, he's checked in for the West. Curry comes in for Chris Paul. And that one misses. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Leonard kicks to Curry. Dishes it to Cousins. Outside Leonard. There's the pass to Harden. It's hauled in by the East All-Stars.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And Wall kicks to Wade. He dishes it to Drummond. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Drummond's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the East All-Stars. Outside Curry. Davis setting the pick for Curry. He feeds it to Davis. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
And the East All-Stars with some changes. LeBron comes in for Drummond. And Chris Bosh is subbed in for Paul Millsap. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for the West. Klay Thompson comes in for James Harden. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. And the East All-Stars call time here. The West All-Stars making a switch here. Durant's checked in.
Set it up, bring the play in.
Wall passes to James. Outside, George. Back to LeBron. Just 4 to shoot. And the basket is good. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. There's the pick. Outside Durant. Inside. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Thompson. That's 7 points for Steph Curry.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Yeah, it's just been far too soft. Not much fight being shown by the defense there. And, boy, that's hard to watch, quite honestly.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James.
He just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
Anthony's checked in for the East. Lowry comes in for John Wall. Then for the West All-Stars, Kobe comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Steph Curry. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Thompson. Aldridge kicks to Westbrook. Aldridge a screen. Westbrook dishes to Aldridge. Back to Westbrook. And Durant gets it to go. Durant's got the lead up to 13 now for the West All-Stars.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. Offensive rebound, and that one's good by Aldridge. And here are the East All-Stars now. LeBron kicks to Wade. That shot misses. Good D by Thompson. And so here are the West All-Stars. Aldridge a screen. Westbrook kicks to Durant. Good. A nice assist from Westbrook. 8 points for Kevin Durant.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Outside Bryant. The shot from the low post is good. Bryant's got his first 2 points.
And scoring at will, starting to pull away here.
Certainly this one's threatening to get out of hand, and soon, partner.
A shot by Anthony, no good.
Yeah, offense seems completely in disarray.
Exactly. But at the other end, it's one bucket after the other. This run is getting out of hand right now.
Bosch against Aldridge, trying to get back on track. Anthony kicks to Wade. Outside Lowry. Anthony, the pass to James. Back to Anthony. A stupendous finish in traffic. Anthony's got his second basket of the game.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Here's Westbrook. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical, be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better. Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Here's Thompson. Pass to Westbrook. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. West All-Stars lead by 16. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. One half completed. Let's break it down. How about you, Kenny? What did you think about the visiting team?
Well, it comes down to confidence. From the opening tip, these guys had that swag. They had the attitude that you can't beat us, we can only beat ourselves.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
Well, they gave up too many good looks. You look at the field goal percentage against them, this tells the whole story. Not enough activity defensively, not enough disruption, Ernie. Like Kenny disrupts me all the time, not enough disruption.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
So far in the game for Westbrook, he has 8 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
And here's the East. It's a 16-point game. Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the West All-Stars, they've got Bryant. Durant is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Curry in at the 1 spot. 2 on the clock. And here's George for 3. He can't get that one. Now the West All-Stars the other way. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute. Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
Anthony's gone 3 for 5 from the field. Curry kicks to Leonard. Poke loose. Here we go. Lowry, nobody back. And the rejection by Leonard. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. And here are the East All-Stars now. They trail by 14. Here's Anthony. And the rebound goes to the West All-Stars.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here.
Here's Bryant. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball.
Timeout.
And the East All-Stars call time here.
Start it.
With some changes. Andre Drummond's checked in for James. DeMar DeRozan comes in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Kyle Lowry. The West All-Stars also changing it up. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Durant. Green comes in for Kobe. And it's James Harden in for Russell Westbrook. DeRozan kicks to Drummond. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Drummond's got 7 points.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Yeah, I think some of the players, Greg, quite honestly, are heavy-legged. I mean, they don't seem to have been warmed up effectively here to start the second half.
Now here's Leonard. Count that one. Leonard's got his first points of the game.
And just a little bit ragged defensively.
Yeah, it's so bad I would even go a step farther and call it raggedy. I mean, that's how their defense has been overall today.
Leonard against Anthony. Back to Thomas. He kicks to DeRozan. Now the dish to Anthony. Makes it off the glass. Anthony's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Now here's Curry. He's got 7 to the middle. Here's Leonard. Pocket 6. He can't hit that time. So the East All-Stars will take it the other way. Anthony dishes to Thomas. Drummond working against Cousins. And DeRozan kicks to George. A three-pointer is right on target. George has got his second basket.
Now, you know you got game when you can knock down a shot like that with the defense hanging all over.
Curry passes to Leonard. Screen by Cousins. Leonard with the ball. Now Anthony defending. Outside Leonard. The three. Rebound, Andre Drummond.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And the East with some changes. Paul Millsap is checked in for Anthony. Butler comes in for George. And it's John Wall in for Isaiah Thomas. Then for the West All-Stars, Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Chris Paul's subbed in for Steph Curry. Now here's Wall. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
You can't afford to be playing that loose right now.
Definitely not. I mean, things have to be tight. You want to be playing smart, high-level basketball. You don't want to be brain fading right now.
Here's Cousins. No good with the triple. And Wall kicks to Butler. Back to Wall. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Millsap a screen. Butler with the ball. Picked up by Davis. Millsap. Now here's DeRozan. Drummond with a screen on Harden. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
The East making a switch. Bosh is checked in.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
1:44 left in the third. And Paul gets it to go in. Timeout called, East All-Stars.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
Thompson, he's checked in for James Harden. There's 1:40 left in the third quarter of the game. Outside, Wall. And it's DeRozan at the elbow. Bosh, a screen on Davis. Butler kicks to Wall. Cans it from downtown.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
Paul dishes to Aldridge. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge. The East making a switch. Lowry's checked in. And also making a switch. Ryan's checked in. A decent amount of time left as they try to find a way back into it.
Yeah, but it will be soon if they don't start cutting into this deficit.
And Wall with the slam.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
Wall with the steal.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity.
Well, they ought to be. I mean, that's basic basketball time management. You've got to be aware of your clock and your situation.
Here's Paul following the basket by John Wall. Paul kicks to Thompson. And it's Aldridge, top of the key. Feeds it to Davis. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Davis has got 5 points so far.
Yeah, the shot clock's off. This could be the last possession of the quarter.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. That's exactly what they should have in mind here.
And here's Wall. He's got 7. They set the pick. Bosch, the screen. Here's Millsap. And down it goes just as the clock hits 0.
How about the timing? An unbelievable touch on that one.
Those are the ingredients you need for the recipe of buzzer-beating magic.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. And the West All-Stars with possession. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Paul Millsap out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Paul George. And it's Thomas in at the point guard. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars. Now, here's Thomas. Following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Butler passes to Thomas. Back to Butler. Drummond, a screen. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so we will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. James checked in for the East. Curry's checked in for the West. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the West All-Stars.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Now, here's Curry. Knocks down the step-back J.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
James against Cousins. Thomas a screen. LeBron dishes to George. Off target from outside. And it's the West All-Stars ball. 6-point lead. Curry kicks to Leonard. Pass to Westbrook. They set the pick. The feed to Curry. He can't get that one to fall. Good D by Drummond. Thomas passes to Butler to the paint. Here's James. Shakes him. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you better off sending them to the free throw lines than to have them get that good a look.
Well, you know, looking at the play the way I looked at it, heck, he may have been thinking about avoiding the and one, and that's why he let him get the easy deuce.
Stolen by George. Westbrook against Butler. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Butler's got 4 this quarter.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Curry kicks to Leonard. Outside Westbrook. Screen by Cousins. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
And the All-Stars with some changes. Anthony's checked in for Drummond. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Butler. Kevin Durant, he's checked in for the West. Draymond Green comes in for James Harden. Now, here's Thomas. Outside Anthony. Pass to George. Down low. Here's LeBron. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
There's the screen. Westbrook against George. A shot's good from Westbrook.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Thomas kicks to Wade. George against Durant. Dishes it to Anthony. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists in the game.
They've raised their field goal percentage just above 50% here. They actually look like a totally different team than what we saw in the first half. Much better execution offensively.
Now here's Curry. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Green dishes to Curry. Back to Green from the line, and it's 2 points.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
Anthony's shot is off. Outside, Green. Kicks to Leonard. Back to Green. Up top, Leonard. The pass to Curry. To the inside. Here's Green. And it's the East with the rebound. Anthony's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And George kicks to Thomas. Anthony, the pass to George. Inside, here's James. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And no good is the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Thomas. And West also making a switch. Ryan, he's checked in for Draymond Green. No good at the stripe this time. His second misses also. Passes it to Durant. 1:10 left here in the 4th quarter. Here's Leonard. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Here's George. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Oh, nice double pump finish there, strictly for the fans.
He throw good, Paul George.
Looking at the game for George, he has 8 points, and he hasn't forgotten to get his teammates involved either.
And he's conscious, I think, Clark, of good ball movement. It needs to be a part of their game plan throughout.
Kobe can't hit.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Wade against Westbrook. LeBron up top. Outside Anthony. Shot clock at 6. To the paint. The kick out to LeBron. This one for three. It's a hand on it, and staying with the play, Anthony. And now just a 4-point West All-Star lead.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up.
And if you're the defensive team, it just kills you to give up baskets like that.
20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Free throws go down, and the lead goes up.
And the East All-Stars call time here. They're down by 6. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. 6-point game. Sure. Some solid defense from Bryant. So they foul intentionally.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
Shooting 2.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Timeout called, East All-Stars. They're trailing by 8. 12 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
You know what? You can talk all you want, but I just don't see a scenario that's going to get them back in it.
Yeah, who knows what he's drawing up in there, maybe working on a play for down the road in another game, but whatever it is, it's too late for this one.
The dish to Drummond, beyond the arc. The West All-Stars pull it in. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. So it's the West All-Stars picking up the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew. thanking you for tuning in. See you later.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you so much, Kevin. And with this one in the books, we're ready to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry.
His accuracy, wow. I was blown away by how consistent he was throughout this game. There's a part of you that thinks like, okay, another one and another one. It's going to be another one that goes in, and then you realize, you know what, it's just his night.
Well, Ernie, reminds me of myself. He loves being the bad guy, and he was a great villain tonight. Just sticking it to those fans. Anytime they got on his case, he stepped up and hit a big shot after big shot. Fantastic performance in a very tough environment.
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we, guys?
It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew. All 653,000 of them.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Hard-working.
A lot of people.
Yeah. It's a long line at the buffet, though.
Yeah. Shout out to the T-Poles, man.
Oh,
I don't know his name, but I know his face.
I'm Ernie Johnson. See you next time.